Good. Go down here.
No, you can't. No one's allowed.
So maybe we're eating.
Mr. Haley.
Want to read it again? Every laborer, male or female, does as much
As a strength without endangering their health will allow it. Most of the 318 enslaved people of Mount Vernon in 1799 lived and worked on the 4 outlying farms. About 1 in every 4 enslaved persons held a trade, such as a blacksmith, a carpenter, or a shoemaker. Most enslaved women worked in the fields, but some filled the positions of spinners, weavers, cooks, and house servants, and seamstresses. Washington required an enslaved person to live on the farm where they worked. Families often lived several miles from each other on separate farms.
Now we'll conduct a quick wreath-laying ceremony. Before we do, I'd like to give you some information about where we are. So this is the African American burial ground, and there are records from a long time ago that said there were maybe as many as 150 buried here, but nowadays we don't know for certain. We only started searching in an archaeological sense back in 2014. We have only found 87 grave sites so far. This over here is the original memorial, put up in 1929, and what is the first of its kind in the United States. But even then, it still showed its age, referred to the enslaved people as the faithful colored servants of Mount Vernon. So in the 1980s, the ladies decided something more appropriate, something more permanent. In 1983, they commissioned students at Howard University to construct a new memorial. And to tell you a bit about the design, it's called a truncated column. That diagonal cut was meant to be a tree cut short. Lives cut down in their prime, dreams unfinished. And the 3 circles around it represent the ideals that held the enslaved people together while they waited for a better day on the horizon. Love, hope, and faith. And that is why it is so important to tell these stories. As I had mentioned with my group, it's going to be people like Dahl, who buried those cherries underneath the house that were still food safe after 250 years. It's going to be people like Peter Hardiman, who breeds the mules that earned Washington the title of the father of the American mule. They are co-founders in our nation's history. And make no mistake, I think the things that Washington did were incredible. Establishing a peaceful exchange of power and our independence, it is equally important to remember those who were keeping him in clothes and food while he did so. Now, I'm going to have 2 volunteers. 1, anyone else? 2, and I'm going to have you bring the wreath, stand it all up to the top step. And as we do, a moment of silence for those who labored and lost their lives here. Right up to the top step there.
Amazing.
That concludes this wreath-laying ceremony. If you have any questions, me or my colleague are more than happy to answer. Otherwise, The tomb where he is buried is right up this way, and back up the way we came, that's where the mansion tour is. You all have been a fantastic group. Thank you all very much.
God bless. God bless. Thank you. That was awesome. That was awesome. That was awesome. That was truly awesome. Dan, you ready to head back? I'm thirsty again.
Yeah, right.
I need to eat something nice and cold.